Good evening, this is TCN English News Edition and you're watching with me, Ninghui Kim Kong Sai. The headlines first. Koo Ki-zo bodies of Moray clarifies on defamations of Victor Lim Thang. PM Modi targets India blood over. Sakti remark, twisted meaning says Rahul. News in detail. HTC and its conglomerate organizations made a joint declaration yesterday, the 19th of March 2024, in regards to the defamations of Victor Lim Thang, HTC, by the general public to show their disapproval of the state being elected as a leader of the HTC. A video was made viral on social media by the Koo Ki-zo citizens of Moray on the 16th of March 2024. And in regards to this defamation, the HTC and its conglomerate held a meeting and made a joint declarations, and the content are as is followed. Organizations are formed out of teamwork, and tarnishing the dignity of an individual will be taken as a tantamount to tarnishing the image of the whole organization. Rumors arising in the Moray town in regards to allegations made about wannabe leaders were investigated, and nobody has to be blamed individually. The public are requested to not believe in rumors and wait for the leaders for clear and specific information in regards to what the leader had to say or do. Strong condemnations have been made against those wannabe leaders who seek public support by defaming the other suitable candidates and who doesn't abide by the elections ethics or rules. Hence, the mastermind of these provocative defamations are requested to produce themselves in front of all the leaders within 3 days following all the customary rules, failing which the HTC general elections will show no cooperate towards the concerned individual. Such act of defamations, if carried out by anyone in the future again based on the vested interests of the public, will be dealt with the highest befitting actions and shall never be overlooked. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday launched a scathing attack on Congress MP Rahul Gandhi for his Sakti remark and accused India's opposition bloc of trying to eradicate Hindu Sakti. The India bloc in their manifesto say that their fight is against Sakti. For me, every mother, daughter and sister is a form of Sakti. I worship them in the form of Sakti. I am the worshipper of Bharat Mata, PM Modi said during a public rally in Telangana's Jadcherla. As per Times of India, a day after Congress leader Rahul Gandhi at a rally in Mumbai commented that the fight against Modi is not on personal level since Modi is a Marx who works for a Sakti power. The Prime Minister asserted that the fight is between those who want to destroy Sakti and those who worship it. I am the worshipper of Bharat Mata, dear India's bloc. Manifesto is to finish Sakti, and I accept the challenge. I am willing to sacrifice my life for Nari Sakti, PM Modi said. Rahul Gandhi clarified that his reference to Sakti was not religious, but symbolic of the negative forces like corruption and untruth that he believes are currently influencing India's system and institutions. Modi ji does not like my words. He always tries to change their meaning by twisting them in some way or the other because he knows that I have spoken a deep truth, the Congress leader said in a post on X. The Sakti I am talking about is not religious, but power of unrighteousness, corruption, and truth. It is just a power that today has captured India's voice, India's institutions, CBI, IT, ED, elections commissions, media, Indian industry, and the entire constitutional structure of India in its clutches, he added. The Congress also hit back at PM Modi over his remark that the India bloc's manifesto talks about finishing Sakti, saying the elections will decide whether the whole country would be run by Asuri Sakti, demonic power, or Daivik Sakti, which is divine power. The Prime Minister is upset, and the entire BJP is talking baseless things after Rahul Gandhi attacked Asuri Sakti. This election is between Asuri Sakti and Daivik Sakti, Congress National spokesperson Pawan Khera said, asserting that this country would not be run by demonic power anymore, but by divine power. He said 10 years ago, when the BJP was organizing morchas in favor of rallies in Kathua, Unnao, and Hathras. Did you not remember worshipping of Sakti? When women were being made to run naked in Manipur, whose power was keeping you silent, he posted. The elections for 543 Lok Sabha seats will be held from April 19 to June 1, with a counting of votes scheduled for June 4th. The All Tribal Students Union Manipur ATSUM has categorically stated that neither the Committee on Tribal Unity, COTU, nor the Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum, ITLF, carried the mandate of all the tribal communities. Talking to the Sangay Express over telephone, some ex-functionaries of ATSUM say that both COTU and ITLF belong to a single tribal community exclusively, and ATSUM does not share any connections with any of them. The term of the incumbent office bearers of ATSUM expired in September last year. Since then, no elections could be held to elect a new batch of office bearers, they said. Notably, the infamous tribal solidarity march held on May 3, 2023 at All Hill District Headquarters was organized by ATSUM. Even though the rally ended peacefully in all Naga-dominated areas, it turned violent at Charichampur and soon spread to Moray and Kangpokpi. Between May and August last year, before the term of incumbent office bearers ended, ATSUM did not issue a single statement or comment on the widespread violence which stemmed from the rally they organized. When the Sangay Express raised questions on their silence during the telephonic talk, the ex-functionaries of ATSUM said that the tribal solidarity march ended peacefully at Senapati, Tamenglong, Ukhrul, Jandil, and other places, but the rally turned violent at Charichampur and it soon spread to Moray and Kangpokpi. Soon after the eruptions of the widespread violence, the political demand for separate administrations became the central issue. Further, say the former functionaries of ATSUM. They maintain that ATSUM does not represent a single community, but it was working in a democratic manner to address the grievances of all tribal communities. Both COTU and ITLF represent a single community. Since the two organizations raised the political demand of separate administration, there was no room for ATSUM's involvement, they said. As the issue took a different turn after May 3rd, ATSUM thought it was wise to keep silent. The situation was quite sensitive and it could turn uglier had ATSUM made any statement or commented, said the ex-functionaries. There is no questions of ATSUM working together with COTU or ITLF. Rather, both COTU and ITLF have a tendency to separate ATSUM, they said. Although it is difficult for ATSUM members to come together under the prevailing situations, we have been working to revive ATSUM in consultations with senior leaders and other stakeholders, they further state. Meetings were convened 3 or 4 times to revive ATSUM, but all these meetings could not yield the desired result as the members could not come together, the ex-functionary said. There is a convention within ATSUM under which different posts are held by Kukis and Nagas alternately, they added. The United Kuki National Army, UKNA, made a public notice to the CSO, UG, social leaders and various other leaders in Lamka town. The content of the notice reads, since the beginning of conflict on May 3, 2023, all the communities in Lamka had fought together unitedly without excluding any community or giving more praise to the other. Despite the sufferings and deaths caused by the Métis lately, disputes and internal crisis arises quite often in regard to nomenclature and putting leaders in a bad spot and the UKNA greatly condemns these insightful acts. The UKNA questions our loyalty to our land and people if we are capable of stirring up communal tension in these hard times by using nomenclature to separate ourselves and break our unity. Since May 3, 2023, the UKNA took in volunteers from all tribes and communities without any discriminations based on nomenclatures and were trained to fight for the people and their cause. The UKNA released this public notice to remind the people to stand unitedly and not find reasons to stir up communal tensions and disputes internally. In these chaotic times, if any group or organization is found creating nomenclature-related issues and inciting internal violence without standing on duty at the front line, the UKNA will treat the perpetrators as an enemy, and befitting actions will be taken against such groups or organizations. The UKNA endure all hardships, cold and hunger while standing on duty at the front line for the sake of protecting our land and people from the hand of the enemies, and as if not aware of our suffering, some people and few corrupted leaders had disappointed us time and again, making our suffering and our will to sacrifice our lives for the nations meaningless. The UKNA is not concerned about nomenclature issues, and its objective is to protect the land and people. So if any group tries to separate us brothers and create internal conflict again, it will no longer be tolerated, and stern actions will be taken upon the provocateur by the United Kuki National Army, no matter which organizations or group it is. The UKNA fights for separate administrations, and all arms-bearing organizations are kindly requested to work together with us and fight for our cause together. SSC Constable GD result from Manipur withdrawn after interventions by the state government. Revised final result will be published shortly. The final result of the Staff Elections Commission SSC Constable GD in Central Armed Police Forces, SSF, CAPFs, Rifleman GD in Assam Rifles and Sepoy in Narcotics Control Bureau for candidates from Manipur is withdrawn by the Commission. The result was declared on March 15, 2024 as per the official notice. The physical and medical tests were conducted in multiple phases due to the law and order situations in Manipur. While processing the result, the data pertaining to one phase was inadvertently missed out. The notice said, the revised final result from Manipur, incorporating the complete data of the candidates, will be published shortly. In a recent interview, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma provided insights into the expected impact of the Citizenship Amendment Act (CAA) in the state. Contrary to previous speculations, Sarma stated that only 3 to 6 lakh individuals, and not the previously estimated 1.5 crore, are likely to apply for citizenship under the CAA in Assam. Highlighting the current status of CAA applications, Sarma mentioned that as of now, no significant applications have been made in Assam, while citing an example of 13 Hindu families in Gujarat who have already received citizenship through the CAA. As per Hindustan Times, Sarma emphasized the importance of understanding the actual scenario before the upcoming Lok Sabha elections in April. He acknowledged the historical migrations of Hindu Bengalis into Assam from Bangladesh, but noted challenges faced by many families, particularly regarding documentations. Addressing concerns about exclusions from the National Register of Citizens (NRC), Sarma pointed out that around 16 lakh names, including both Muslims and Assamese Hindus, were excluded from the final draft published in 2019. Dispelling misinformation, Sarma refuted claims of mass influxes of Hindu populations from Bangladesh into Assam, attributing reductions in Hindu populations in Bangladesh to conversions rather than migrations. Regarding recent fears among the populace, Sarma addressed rumors of impending migrations from Bangladesh following the operationalizations of CAA, reassuring that no such influx has occurred post the CAA's announcement. The Citizenship Amendment Act passed by Parliament in December 2019 gained operational status with the notifications of rules by the Centre on March 11, 2024. The law provides a pathway to citizenship for undocumented non-Muslim migrants from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan who entered India before December 31, 2014. The Zoe United has made a public appeal stating it has been 10 months. The Kuki Zoe has been targeted of annihilations. Only by the grace of God, the movement is sustained. At this continued critical situation, we salute our martyrs, commend, and highly appreciate brave volunteers who stand for protection of our land and life, and all for striving hard to a common cause. However, the Zoe United is very much dismayed to the unwanted incidents that have been occurred in Lamka on the 17th and 18th March 2024. Such incidents are highly condemned. We appeal to all concerned to shun further activities and violence but recommit ourselves to unity and reaffirm our strength as brothers of one blood. The Zoe United appealed and direct all individuals, bodies or organizations to stop any further activities in the matter that may destabilize our unity and aggravate the situation. It further appeal all to cooperate with the Zoe United. The Delhi High Court was on Tuesday informed that the Manipur government is in favor of having centers outside the troubled northeastern state for holding civil services. Preliminary examinations which are scheduled to be held on May 26. The counsel appearing for the Manipur government told the court, which was hearing a plea seeking the setting up of additional examination centers there for civil services and Indian Forest Service aspirants, that the Chief Secretary has said the government would provide monetary assistance to these aspirants for travel to centers outside the state which is in the grip of protracted ethnic strife. In view of the stand taken by the Manipur authorities against headed by acting Chief Justice Manmohan observed that the examinations may be held outside the state, as held last year, and asked the UPSC Council to take a call, follow the 2023 pattern then. We will ask UPSC to take instructions. Prima facie, we are of this view. The bench, also comprising Justice Manmeet P.S. Arora, said. Counsel for the UPSC is directed to take instructions, the court said. Petitioner Zongmi Students Federation's moved the High Court last week, seeking to set up examination centers in Churachandpur and Kangpokpi in the state, and reopening the applications window to enable civil service aspirants to opt for a center of their choice. The counsel for the Manipur government said the Chief Secretary of the state, in a later address to him, said the state government is of the opinion that, given the situation and to maintain the sanctity of the examination, it may not be appropriate to provide centers in Churachandpur and Kangpokpi. The latter suggested that students in Manipur who have to take the civil service examinations may be allotted centers outside the state and financial assistance will be provided to them. The council stated that even last year, the civil service examinations were held in centers outside Manipur. Counsel for the UPSC had earlier told the court that the commissions had already written 3 letters to the Manipur Chief Secretary with respect to the opening of examination centers in Churachandpur, Kangpokpi and Ukhrul, but no response has been received yet. Manipur plunged into violence in May 2023 over a High Court order directing the state government to consider including the non-tribal Meitei community in the list of scheduled tribes. This order led to rampant ethnic clashes. More than 160 people have been killed and several hundred injured since ethnic violence broke out in the state on May 3rd, when a tribal solidarity march was organized in the hill districts to protest against the majority Meitei community's demand for scheduled tribe status. The matter will be held next on March 22. The Kuki Baptist Convention, founded in 16 March 1958 at Duzang, Vaichang, celebrates its 66th founding day at its temporary office at Kangpokpi. The ceremony was attended was the KBC workers, pensioners, area and church leaders. The program was led by Reverend Dr. Satmilin Kongsai, Reverend Lam Kieng Lo Pham, Mission Secretary, gave a vote of thanks and also encouraged the workers to renew their commitment and work more devotedly in their fields again. He led the guests into prayer, which was followed by singing a song of praise in unison by the guests, after which a mass prayer followed up and ended by Reverend Zamkutinat, retired pastor. Contraband worth over Rs 71 lakh explosives seized during separate operations by security forces for held in a collaborative operations executed on March 18. Mizoram Police and Assam Rifles seized 198 soap cases filled with 2.393 kilograms of heroin, estimated to be worth Rs 71 lakh 79,000. In a collaborative operations executed on March 18, Mizoram Police and the Assam Rifles seized 198 soap cases filled with 2.393 kilograms of heroin, estimated to be worth Rs 71 lakh 79,000. The contraband was seized from two individuals, B. Liansanga, 45 years, and R. Malsomthara, 35. In a separate operation, the authorities also seized 110 gelatin sticks weighing 14.084 kilograms and 110 denominators from the couple, identified as Biakrama, 29 years, and Ramthangzwali, 28, as confirmed by Mizoram Police. Raising serious concerns over the alleged unchecked intrusions of miscreants into areas predominantly inhabited by the Kuki-Zo community, particularly in Pailing Mul areas under Cycle Subdivision Kangpokpi, the Committee on Tribal Unity, or the Kotu Sadar Hills Kangpokpi district, vehemently condemned and opposed the unabated breaching of buffer zones by the miscreants. The Kuki's top tribal body stated that the miscreants, masquerading as civilians, have been infiltrating Kuki-Zo community territories, including villages such as El Songpel, Saichang, Bongzang, and Bongbol, and have been presently engaging in illegal activities such as soil pilferage and unauthorized timber lodging, exploiting the prevailing circumstances for their selfish gains. It continued that such actions not only pose a direct threat to the environmental integrity of the region, but also jeopardize the livelihoods and security of the indigenous Kuki-Zo populations. In light of the alleged escalating incursions, the committee emphasized the moral imperative for Kuki-Zo village volunteers to defend their ancestral lands and resources against external threats with all their might, means, and resources at their disposal. The committee also warned that any untoward consequences resulting from the continued intrusions into Kuki-Zo community areas will squarely raised on the soldiers of the current regime, which stands accused of tactically sponsoring the systematic annihilations of the Kuki-Zo community. Kotu also underscored the urgent need for accountability and justice to ensure the protections of the Kuki-Zo community's rights and dignity. While drawing the attention of the central government, the Kuki's top tribal body stated that the intrusions of miscreants into Kuki-Zo community areas represents a flagrant violation of indigenous rights and poses a grave threat to peace and stability in the region. The committee urged immediate and decisive actions by the central government to address this pressing issue and called for solidarity and unity among all stakeholders to uphold the dignity and sovereignty of the Kuki-Zo people. The displaced people in Manipur living in various relief camps in the state will be able to vote from their camps. However, the 9,000-odd people of the state who fled to neighboring Mizoram may not be able to cast their vote in the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. According to the Telegraph, Manipur's chief electoral officer Pradeep Jha last month has said the facility of people being allowed to vote from above 320 km will be restricted to those living in the state. The newspaper has reported that most of them who fled to Mizoram mostly belong to the Kuki-Zo community. Previously, the internally displaced people, IDPs, have been allowed to vote from the host states. The Kashmiri IDPs living in Delhi have been allowed to vote from Delhi. The election officials in the past had set up special polling stations in Tripura for the people who have fled to the state from Mizoram in 1997. The Telegraph quoted an unnamed official saying some people from strife-torn Manipur had also gone to Delhi and Bangalore. It will be a logistical nightmare to set up polling stations for all of them. The elections authorities made it clear that if those who fled from Manipur wanted to come back to the state to vote, they could do so. However, it is unlikely that the people will really come back for this purpose, as the newspaper cited testimonials of people who have left the state. The polling will happen in Manipur on April 19th and April 26th. Thank you for joining us till the end.